like that Piranha 2 thing you just told me, what I'm thinking about that now is for every horror movie director that has ever had to do a shitty sequel, like that's probably what they talk about. Like when you're doing like the dude that did like Saw 7 was probably like, listen, like someone came up to him and said, listen, dude, I know it sucks. You're doing Saw 7, but listen, James Cameron did Piranha 2. There's a guy somewhere that's doing the Ginger Dead Man Part 6, and somebody's going up to him going, this is how James Cameron got his start. He pretty much ruined horror movie directors for now. They all think they can be James Cameron.
Well, somebody directed Leprechauns in Space 7. I mean, there was a guy in charge of that filming.
Somebody did do Leprechaun in Space. You're right. And that guy, you know what? Forget it. You're on IMDb. What's that guy's name? I bet it's some kind of weird German name. Like what would it be? Like Warren Oatzenberg. Warren Oatzenberg.
I cannot spell leprechaun. You want to guess what I went
give me your spelling of leprechaun.
It came up with James Cameron. Lepric. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, leprechaun. I spelled it way wrong.
Lepri. You were about to put it like leprechaun, like a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, leprechaun.
It's what you call a midget Puerto Rican, a leprechaun.
An LP.
I love that you're so afraid, like you don't like saying the word midget so much.
Not afraid. I just respect people's, preferences.
I don't think that's all the preferences though. Is it?
Like, do you think people prefer being called a midget?
How many midget friends do you have?
I have met like 2 LPs in my life, and never once did I bring up the what do you prefer
didn't ask?
Conversation.
Oh my God, missed golden opportunity.
Okay, Leprechaun in Space is.
Give me a German name. Give me a German name.
Leprechaun 3?
No, I think it's like Leprechaun 4 or 5. It's up there.
Well, there's only 4 that have been released right now. We have the original, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun in the Hood, and then there's a new one coming out last year.
I think it was like, all right, well, what's 3? Who directed 3? It's going to be a horrible name. Or it's going to be a famous person.
Let's see.
Christopher Nolan.
3. It was a normal night in Las Vegas, Nevada. All the lights were flashing brightly until a man with one hand, one eye, and one leg walks into a pawn shop with the stature of a hideous-looking leprechaun.
Well, who directed it?
That's what I'm looking for.
That's definitely not Leprechaun in Space, by the way.
No, but Warwick Davis definitely made some money off of this.
Yeah, he built the whole franchise. Between Willow and Leprechaun, Warwick Davis is doing pretty good. For, an LP, I should say. AKA
I don't know. I don't know where the director is. Where the fuck is the director? And there's somebody literally kicking my door right now.
There's no directed by?
No. This was just a bunch of actors that got together.
I'm thinking that.
Oh, director Brian Trenchard Smith.
Yeah, that guy. Brian Trenchard Smith
hyphenated
has spent a long time thinking he was going to be the. Oh wait, can you click his name? This is fun.
Yep.
Click.
Yep. Let's see what his filmography is.
Because here's what happened when he was doing Leprechaun 3. Like one day he was at a bar drunk at the end of the night. He was like, what the hell am I doing? I went to NYU film school to be this director of Leprechaun 3. This is bullshit. And then
he is the director of Leprechaun 4. He did Leprechaun 3 and Leprechaun 4 in Space.
Okay, so you're right. But somebody came up to him when he was doing Leprechaun in Space. Somebody came up to him at the bar and went, hey, Brian, don't worry, dude. James Cameron did Piranha 2. And look where he is. Yeah. So where did Brian end up? That's where we're curious. Where did...
let's see. So far, the most successful thing other than Leprechaun 3 and 4, he did Tarzan, the TV series.
Nope, don't know that one.
He did a movie called Atomic Dog.
Sounds like a winner.
DC 9/11, Time of Crisis.
Oh, that was a TV movie where they, they had George W. Bush and it was Cheney, and that was a big movie on TV.
He followed that up with a Tyrannosaurus Azteca.
Hold on. He had a bit of traction. He actually had a chance to get out of horrible movie territory, and he followed up DC 9/11 in Crisis with, what was it?
Tyrannosaurus Azteca. And then he followed that with Pimpin' Pee-wee.
No.
And then his latest movie, 2014, was Drive Hard.
That sounds like it should be a good movie. Does that have any...
58 credits.
Wow. Well,
let's see. I'll read you the storyline to his newest movie, Drive Hard. A former race car driver turned driver's training instructor is abducted by a mysterious thief and forced to be the wheelman for a crime that puts both in sights of the cops and the mob and leads them on a chase across Australia's Gold Coast.
Do we at least have like a Christian Slater in this or a Cuba Gooding Jr.? Do we have someone like that?
Top billed is John Cusack.
All right, we got a John Cusack. I knew it would be one of these direct-to-DVD wonders now. It was either going to be John Cusack or Adrian Brody. It was one or the other. So, well, all right then.
Drive Hard, starring John Cusack and Thomas Jane.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, there you go. What's his name again? Brian Trenchcoat?
I've dug too deep. I got to go back. Give me 1 second. Brian Trenchard hyphen
Yeah,
Smith.
well, there you go.
So he took his wife's name.
Brian Trenchard is he's a cuckold.
Quentin Tarantino has referred to him as one of his favorite directors.
Yeah, well, Quentin Tarantino probably thinks Leprechaun. Quentin Tarantino, by the way, for a guy that directs great movies, has no taste in great movies. Because he's probably like, if you ask Quentin Tarantino, he'd be like, yeah, dude, Leprechaun 3 was one of my top 10 movies of 1994. He'd be like, no one said that, Quentin. Well, it was, man. I think he was one of the people who said, like, John Carter from Mars, that horrible Disney movie. He was like, that was a great, or Lone Ranger, that was it. Quentin Tarantino said it was the #1 movie of 2013. You want to see?
Lone Ranger.
Yeah, so he...
That movie was horrible.
Well, Quentin Tarantino he needs to stick to directing, and he does not need to comment on what he thinks is a good movie, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Brian...
I'm trying to find how much Leprechaun made. Leprechaun 4 in space.
Leprechaun 4 in space? I'm going to put that at a cool $8 million was its box office gross.
IMDb tells you that. I just can't find it. Where is it?
Wikipedia would also tell you, too, if you can't find it there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wiki has it real nice and tight right next in the right column there. It has the box office gross for you. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino. Lone Ranger was the greatest movie of 2013. I thought it was wonderful. Watching Johnny Depp take advantage of poor Native Americans and take their jobs.
Well, I was going to say Captain Jack Sparrow as an Indian.
That's exactly what it was. Hi, I am Captain Jack. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Hi. Budget $1,600,000. Somebody believed in this.
That was
film.
the budget or the gross?
Budget.
Okay. That's all. By the way, that's all Warwick Davis money. That's all that is.
Yeah, he got paid $1 million. They had a $600,000 budget. I don't see a gross.
That's because there is none. Wikipedia couldn't even bring itself to put $32.17. They were like, let's keep this mysterious. No one needs to know this sold 8 tickets at an Los Angeles Alamo Drafthouse. That's not necessary. Well, anyway.
I still can't spell this. Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
How much? Yeah. Leprechaun.
There's a Leprechaun.
All right. Well, we're at a crossroads right now.
No, I don't think we are.
We got 7 minutes, so we can jump subjects, or I can go into 10 things you didn't know about the Leprechaun movies.
Oh, okay, I see where you're going. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's do the 10 things you didn't know about the Leprechaun movies and wrap this bad boy up.
All right. Well, number 1 on my list here is Jennifer Aniston starred in the original, so she got her big jump from the original Leprechaun.
Yeah, I knew that. I was well versed in that one.
Well, this list is already a lie. Then.
Yeah.
There's maybe nine things we didn't know about.
Well,
Leprechaun.
you may not have known that, but keep going.
No, I did. In fact, they changed the cover of the film after Friends came out and she got popular.
Oh, yeah. Then
It used to be just a picture of a leprechaun, and now, if you were to go buy the new film, there's a very prominent picture of Jennifer Aniston.
Well, probably dressed like Rachel from Friends, too. They probably didn't even use a picture of her from the movie.
They just stole it from Friends.
It's just Phoebe's. Why is Phoebe there? I don't know what's going on.
Joey's in the background. I didn't know he was in Leprechaun.
Is Joey the leprechaun? I don't know.
Number 2, Warwick Davis played the leprechaun in every film.
Okay, this is the worst list ever. Who doesn't know that? Warwick Davis was even in,
number
by
3,
the way, Warwick Davis was even in, there was a sequel to Leprechaun in the Hood. There was a sequel to a sequel. It's called Leprechaun Back to the Hood. And Warwick Davis was in that one. I'm thinking this is bullshit. Guess my Leprechaun trivia.
Don't be spoiling the list.
All right, I'm sorry.
Leprechaun, number 3, Leprechaun made $9 million.
That's pretty good.
The budget, the original film's budget was $900,000, and the film made $9 million.
That's a good gross.
Yeah, so that's like $801,000 or $100,000.
Yeah.
$million. The original Leprechaun is set in North Dakota, number 4.
All right.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but that was like, who cares? North Dakota.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Leprechaun was the first movie released in 1993.
That's pretty. You know what? You know why? They always like the first right out of the gate every year. They go like, "What are the shit?" Yeah, it's shitty movie time. That makes perfect sense.
It's the same year that Jurassic Park, Mrs. Doubtfire, and The Fugitive were released.
And I will say this: remembered more fondly than The Fugitive. I would say it has more legs than The Fugitive.
Oh, I love that movie. It was the one-armed man.
Harrison Ford. Don't get in the plane. Yep. All right. Anyway, keep going.
Number 6, the director of Leprechaun also directed Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, I loved Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin was a great movie, dude. It was a horror movie about Rumpelstiltskin. It was so good.
Can't say it.
So good.
Let's see. Debbie Dunning from Home Improvement was in Leprechaun 4 in space.
Okay. That sounds like a lateral career move to me. She's probably thinking, hey, you know what? How every horror movie director thinks James Cameron once was in Piranha 2 or directed Piranha 2. Every horror movie actress goes like, hey, Jennifer Aniston started in Leprechaun. That's how I could go somewhere.
Well, do you know who Debbie Dunning is in Home Improvement?
I assume she's Heidi?
Yeah, Heidi, the Tool Time girl. You are correct.
Well, it sounded like a porn star name, so it had to be Heidi.
Yep. Number 8, Ice-T starred in Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, I knew that.
Before he was Detective Finn Tutuola on Law & Order SVU, he was a leprechaun hunter.
If only they had Richard Belzer in there as his partner.
Actually, he was a record producer called Mac Daddy Onassis.
That sounds like a really well done character. I'm sure he had to really try hard in that role to not be Ice-T.
Oh, you think he broke the character of?
He was
Ice-T?
like Daniel Day-Lewis on set. Anybody that called him Ice-T would like instantly shank, and he would call, "It's Mac Daddy Onassis." You don't know who you're talking to.
But I'm pretty sure he was still acting as Ice-T. He just refused to go by any other name.
He was just
because he's not. I mean, everything he's done is just Ice-T with a different name.
But he's like a method actor. He thinks he's a method actor, but he's just a guy who makes people call him by his character name. He doesn't actually try to become the character.
he's just now I'm Jackie Onassis.
But Ice-T, that's not what method acting is. Mac Daddy Onassis, get it right, bitch.
Leprechaun in the Hood ends with a leprechaun rapping.
Okay, I gotta see that. That's a scene.
Did you know that? Number 9. This list is very. This is a shamble of a list. Because if number 9 thing you didn't know, there's a leprechaun in the movie Leprechaun.
Yeah, that's a horrible. You know what happened? They had 8 things. They had 8 things, and they were like, well, we need people to Google search it. Put in 2 more.
8 things you didn't know doesn't work.
Yeah. So that, what do we got? One more?
So as if the entire Leprechaun series wasn't ridiculous enough, with him venturing into space and all, Leprechaun in the Hood ended with the Leprechaun rapping about how evil he was. And actually, I could cue up the video if that's something you wanted to finish with.
Well, was that it? I thought there was a 10th thing.
No. Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I think we should end with the YouTube
Okay,
rap.
that sounds good. If you can find it, that sounds good.
But there's another Leprechaun movie coming in 2013.
Well, I don't think there was one.
I don't know. But this is the interesting part. It was going to be released by WWE Pictures.
Oh, that would have been great.
With and it's going to be called Leprechaun Origins. Like we were talking about earlier.
I heard of this,
It will
actually.
not star... Yeah. It will... Well, we talked about it like 10 minutes ago.
About WWE doing a Leprechaun movie?
Oh, no, but the Leprechaun Origins. But it does not star Warwick Davis, which contradicts their first or their second number 2 on
That's
this
just
list.
racist. That's just racist.
But it does star WWE wrestling superstar Hornswoggle as the
No,
Leprechaun.
that's racist. I'm not down with that. I'm against that.
Racist.
Yeah, I'm against racism. So if Warwick Davis isn't in it, it's not a Leprechaun movie. That easy. What are they going to remake Willow with Hornswoggle? I think not.
Yeah, WWE did just recently buy those rights.
Well, let's do the rap. Is this the rap?
Yeah. Oh, I got to get through the damn ads. Oh, this is sounding promising.
Come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my fame. From the Emerald Isle to your place in the hood. I'm the man of green, come to do no good. Left in the hood, come to do
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
come to do no good. Blunt is dope, this place is hot.
It's the quintessential like 90s everybody can rap rhythm.
Oh, yeah, it is. Like, this is like if Bill Nye the Science Guy would have rapped during his TV show, that would have been this exact rap.
I'm good. I'll show you what to do.
He's in like a strip club and he's like enchanting people with his touch. So like all these strippers or whatever they are like their eyes are turning green and then they're like falling under his
Now,
control.
if only Mac Daddy Onassis would show up and bust a rhyme with him.
Show me what you do when you get
Well, I assume that's what his character was. He saw the potential in the Leprechaun and then signed him to a recording contract.
He got a deal.
Well, I will leave that up to everybody else to finish. Leprechaun in the Hood now available, and you can check out the rap as you wish.